As unconventional thinkers, it may be hard to peg ISTPs as leaders or individuals worthy of leadership positions. However, it will interest you to know that they actually constitute some of the best leaders in the world. That is why our video today explores ISTPs as entrepreneurs. The introverted, sensing thinking, and perceiving personality type, or ISTP for short, is one of the 16 identified personality types from the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. ISTPs are typically logical and rational. They are result-oriented individuals who are realistic and are more drawn to practical applications than abstract ideas. An ISTP will want things to have real-life connections and value, or else they become disinterested. Boredom is actually one of their hallmarks. They easily get over routines and start hunting for new experiences that sometimes involve very risky habits. ISTPs have certain traits that make them some of the very best entrepreneurs, although conventionally, they are not considered entrepreneurs. One thing that makes ISTPs outstanding is they are very independent. If you work under an ISTP, they may completely disregard rules not because they believe they cannot be subject to them, but because they do not think it works pragmatically with their lifestyle. ISTPs have what typologists call subjective logic, meaning they are less likely to rely on someone else's rules and more likely to construct theirs. If you know anything about a typical ISTP, then you know even bureaucratic systems hardly work for them. They place value over their freedom and do not fit into conventional structures. This independence usually prompts them to carve out their own paths and look for other avenues that will excite them. Maybe they do not fit into structures, but it is not for nothing that ISTPs value their independence, especially because it is during this time that their introverted thinking function operates, birthing some of the most incredible ideas that we will discover shortly. Another powerful trait of ISTP entrepreneurs is that they are very impersonal and therefore are good at maintaining objectivity. An ISTP entrepreneur will very rarely get entangled in the affairs of employees and staff and can at times appear insensitive to the concerns of others because they are not well attuned to the emotions of others. Remember we said they are logical and practical. Well, emotions have little to no room in the life of an ISTP. Consequently, this allows them to make decisions soundly and objectively because they rarely get personal with people. An entrepreneur who is good at looking at situations objectively is definitely a good one. Then again, ISTPs have a unique ability to turn abstract ideas into practical ones. ISTPs have a dominant introverted cognitive function. They are driven to understand the world around them through their relentlessly curious nature, and as such, absorb a lot of information, which they like to process on their own. The result is creation of some of the best ideas. Jack Dorsey, former Twitter CEO and a typical ISTP, is known to inspire his employees by taking them to the Golden Gate Bridge, specifically to Land's End, where he tells his employees that a good software should operate like a bridge. People should be thinking about its functionality rather than its engineering. Though ISTPs are not interested in abstract ideas, they will take them and turn them into more practical reasonings. Practicality goes hand in hand with taking some of the biggest risks. Are ISTPs good at taking risks? We'll find out soon after you've hit that subscribe button. The fact that ISTPs do not like abstract ideas does not mean they totally neglect them. The idea must inadvertently precede its practicality, doesn't it? A person with an ISTP personality trait will not take an action without careful observation and deliberation. ISTPs are very capable of picking up technical knowledge and troubleshooting even the most complex of problems. A typical ISTP will help his team with innovation, creativity, and coming up with the best of ideas, rather than deciding for the entire team as a whole. This is done to expand their knowledge and creativity. Miyamoto Musashi, an ISTP, said, "A man cannot understand the art he is studying if he only looks for the end result without taking the time to delve deeply into the reasoning of the study." In understanding the mechanics of how things work, ISTPs have very little concern for the opinions of others. They are more attuned with their understanding of the operation of a particular task than the teachings and opinions of others. Ideas and knowledge are very important to ISTPs, as well because they are constantly adjusting how they see things and the information around them. Also, we have the risk-taking aspect of ISTPs. A powerful trait of an ISTP entrepreneur is that they are not afraid to take the big and dangerous steps when making decisions. ISTPs, in general, enjoy new experiences and are major risk-takers. They find a thrill in the gambling nature of entrepreneurship. And since they have a unique skill for adapting to ever-changing circumstances, ISTPs have no problem taking risks. As you know, some of these risks prove to be life-changing experiences for them and happen to be some of the very best decisions they could have ever made. Although these qualities make ISTPs stand out, every now and then, it is important to make certain adjustments. For instance, ISTPs could try to form interpersonal relations with their workers so they can air their concerns. They can also resist the impulse of working independently and encourage teamwork among their staff. ISTPs, though an unorthodox pick, make some of the most unique entrepreneurs. Have you ever worked with an ISTP? If you did, tell us in the comment section down below how much they match the descriptions above. We'll come your way again, and until then, enjoy the rest of your time.